everyone. It's bright, it's sunny, it's a Wednesday. We're ready to go. It's Pastry Hot Topics, and we're back with the panel. This week, joined by Kate, Barbie, and Chloe. Welcome aboard, everyone. Welcome aboard.
Hola, hello.
So, girls, it's heating up. Love Island is obviously here. It's the summer. It didn't go without a few Ofcom complaints this week. I'm sure a couple of star readers obviously did Ofcom complaints too. So if you did, then do let us know why in the comments. They always get some, but some people say it's part of the show. Some people say it just what comes with it. You need to deal with it. Some people are saying no more care should be put into the show. Then we're going to be talking about fuel protesters. Now, Chloe actually sent this in. We've got this little WhatsApp chat, and she's angry about it. She's not.
I'm fuming. I've got a holiday booked. They need to leave that motorway ASAP.
Well, that's the thing. It's really getting in the way of emergency services as well. So, if you're sick of it, but then also people are saying, well, the petrol prices, I can't even fill my car up at the moment because it's so expensive. And then we're going to be talking about social media, which you're probably looking at this on. Well, social media restrictions are coming in. If you spend more than 100 minutes on TikTok or Instagram, you'll get a notification saying you spent, this is your time's up. Time to leave the app. And of course, we've got the hot seat this week. So as usual, if you've got any comments or any questions about any of the topics that we do talk about on the show, then do let us know. That includes the hot seat, but of course, keep it PG. So we're going to kick off with Love Island then. Girls, it's all been kicking off on Love Island this week. Lots of drama. Some people are saying that actually, there more care should be put into the show when it comes down to this drama, bullying accusations and all sorts, which actually is quite serious, joking aside. I'm going to kick off with Barbie. What are your thoughts on the Love Island this week? And do you think more should be being done? And do you understand why people are doing Ofcom complaints about it?
I do and I don't. So I see both sides. I think it's really difficult because those so-called stars are responsible for their own actions and themselves. They know exactly what they're doing when they sign up for the show. However, I do think Love Island twist it a little bit to cause drama. So both sides should be responsible for doing it. Oh, I don't agree with bullying. I don't think I've caught up this week, so I haven't seen much drama. I know there's Casa Amor and things, but seen any bullying yet.
Yeah, I think people are just conscious that, people are being singled out. And we do get fan favorites. We obviously get, that is the way TV works, right? You get the villain of the series. Yeah. And then you get, the heartbroken one, everyone feels, you do get the classic stereotypes. Kate, what do you think of the Love Island drama? Do you think it's just part of the parcel of being on the show?
Yeah, I obviously never agree with bullying, but I do think they will portray certain characters in certain ways. And sometimes if you're going to cause drama, you might even be favoured by the producers because that, does make good telly. Unfortunately, that's what we like to watch.
We've got a little bit of a delay there. I
think a lot of these arguments that happen, kind of off the cameras, they probably all do.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, I think we got the first point there, and then you went over a little bit of a delay. Okay, interesting point. Chloe, what do you think?
I just think it's completely set up. How can you be going from in love with someone and then to be necking on with some other girl? It's completely set up. That Andrew is now being portrayed as this little snake. How can you go from one thing to another? I just think it's proper set up.
Well, that's the thing, and it is a TV show at the end of the day, and it, and people should really know that before going in. But everyone's a human at the end of the day. We did just have a comment there, but I'm going to sort of do a PG version of it. These days, it's very sort of catty, I think is the word that I'm going to use to replace that. It's very catty. I'm not sure who said that comment out. The name I'm not sure on. But thank you for your comment. And it is very catty. But that's what brings in the drama, and that's what brings in the viewers. Would you go out of your way to make an Ofcom complaint though if you did see something which you thought was bullying and you know was a step too far, would you put in an official complaint? Yes or no, Kate? Suspense is killing me. We'll go to Barbie then first. Yes or no? Would you put in a complaint?
Yeah, I probably would if it was something like really, really bad. I probably would. Yeah.
Okay. Chloe, would you put in a complaint?
No, because they decide to go on there. Like, I thought I would, but it's all set up. Like, so no, I wouldn't put a complaint. Do you know what I mean? What's my complaint gonna do? It's all set up.
Okay, fine. Kate, would you? Oh, well, wait, it's all too much drama. We can't.
If I
don't worry. So Kate, at the moment,
I do kind of agree that I think a lot of it is just really set up, and they probably do get on in the background without the cameras.
Yeah, that's what exactly I think. That's not going to happen on live TV. Someone's not going to get bullied on live TV, are they? They clearly stop it. It's just set up. I think it definitely is set up now.
And obviously, Love Island now do have these rules in place also to make sure, you know, they've got therapists on hand, they've got producers, they've got people that can take them out for the day. You know, other Love Islanders have said in the past previously that when they have been suffering, they have been taken out of the villa, etc., for the afternoon to chat away from the cameras. So there are those procedures in place. Tim said these reality TV programs are the extreme, and people probably wouldn't watch them if they weren't. It's true. Yeah. Would you watch it if it was boring, Chloe?
Never. No, I love the drama. I ain't complaining.
Love the drama. Okay, Barbie, would you watch it if it wasn't so drama filled?
Chloe, I love the drama sometimes.
Love the drama. Okay, fine.
Oh, what's that? Oh,
I'm not quite sure what that sound is. It sounds like a mic.
I love the drama.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, we're going to take this to a poll now to see what you guys thought. Should more be done by TV producers to protect reality stars from on-screen bullying? Yes, 77%. No, 22%. And after that chat, I'm actually quite surprised by that poll that viewers actually do think more should be done by TV producers. Kate, do you think that more should be done then? Would you be in agreement?
Yeah, I think they could do more, and they should definitely listen to the complaints, but I still just think a lot of it is just made up for the cameras. I don't think it's really reflect.
Yeah, no, agreed.
I think my signal's a bit bad. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. You know, obviously we've got 24 hours in a day, and then they cut it to the best bits and edit it down, don't they? Barbie, do you think that more should be done, or more should be done on video that shows that therapists are getting involved and stuff, so it's actually that viewers can see that side of things?
Yeah, I think it should definitely be more real. Like, I feel like when people go like that diary room and like they talk, I feel like that's definitely some of the questions and trying to make a bit more drama. But I think it should be more real.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, and obviously we live in a day and age where, you know, mental health is at the forefront of, you know, so many companies, so many people's conversations, which is fantastic. That it would be good actually maybe to get away a bit of that stigma, to actually show therapists and stuff engaging with the contestants and making it more normalized. Interesting to see if that happens next season, but maybe that will take away the reality TV side of things. Who knows? Okay then, well, we're going to move on from that, and we just want to apologize for any technical difficulties we have. There is a little bit of a mic sound. I'm not quite sure where it's coming from, but producer Charlotte behind the scenes is looking into it, trying to get it sorted. And Kate is also away at a fantastic pageant this week, if you don't mind me saying, Kate, which is why it's a little bit delayed. She's not in the UK right now, but we're getting all the good juicy bits off her, but it just might be a little bit delayed. Okay then, so Chloe, talk me through this topic. You can introduce it because you're the one that sent it across, the fuel protesters.
Okay, darling. Yes, of course. Right. Well, basically, I just think, why are they doing it on the motorway? It's stopping travel. It's stopping emergencies. I mean, I'm going for Pandora next week. They need to move. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are they doing? Why don't they, I suggest, go around and get signatures of people? Why disrupt travel? Like, it's causing chaos. It's making things worse for us. Like, I understand they're annoyed, but come on, guys, think of another tactic. Like, don't sit on the motorway when we're blocked off from life.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that was really good. I'm really proud of myself on that.
No, that was really good.
That was really good.
But essentially, the protesters themselves, it's not Extinction Rebellion, who we've seen in the past. It's not actually a climate change protesters. It's protesters against tax, because tax is going so far up. So actually, this is something that we haven't seen those protesters do before. There's one of them there. The government are taxing us into poverty, and you know what? He might not be wrong for a lot of people. Unfortunately, it's true. We're in a cost of living crisis, and it's really, really tough for people right now. But obviously, doing something like that would stop the emergency services as well coming through from saving lives. Barbie, as a driver yourself, what do you think about this?
I think fuel prices are crazy at the minute. It's costing me £300 a week to fill my car. And obviously, I don't agree with the prices, but I also don't agree with the protests. There should be a more diplomatic way of getting the message across or coming to some sort of agreement, because these protests do get in the way of everyday life. Like a few weeks ago, there was train strikes and protests all along my local village, and that was hard for me to get around as well. So it's like you can't use your car, you can't use a train. Buses was also doing the same. So it's just like these strikes are not a way of getting around life.
No,
they're making it worse, aren't they? They're not making it any better.
I mean, all right, Chloe, put yourself in their shoes. What protest would you do instead?
Maybe like dress up or something, and just like go down London and ask people to sign something. Yeah,
potentially a signature might help. I mean, they're obviously at their wits' end, aren't they, trying to get onto national media, which is exactly what they're doing. Kate, what do you think about this?
Or a little carnival, maybe.
Yes, or a little carnival. Tim says half these people do the wrong things for the right reasons and need different tactics. Okay, interesting. Kate, would you agree with Tim?
I don't think it's an effective way to protest. It's disrupting too many people's days. There's other ways, but I do agree the government need to reduce the tax on it. It's not affordable. It's just crazy, the fuel prices at the moment. But people have to get to appointments like hospital as well. Like, it's just not effective what they're doing.
No, it's not. And on a flip side of the coin, we also saw protesters, I think climate change protesters, sticking themselves to famous paintings in art galleries as well this week. So it's just going higher and higher and higher. I mean, would you say that it's actually, I mean, if you were stuck on that motorway, do you sympathize with them at all, or do you just have no sympathy for them whatsoever? Barbie?
I can see why they're doing it, because the prices are extortionate, but I just don't agree with them doing it like that. Like, especially when people have to get to work, like hospitals, like someone literally could be dying and they're just in the way.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we asked you lot at home what you thought on a poll. So let's take a look if we can. Hopefully it will come up in just a sec. No worries if not. No, we don't have the poll at the moment, but we can imagine lots of people didn't agree, because lots of people on the Star readership this week were commenting on all of the stories that we did on this, saying that they didn't understand the protesters at all. But I'm sure if lots of people actually had a one-to-one chat with them, I think things might be a little bit different. Let's welcome Kate back on board while she deals with technical difficulties. It's a tough one. But we're going to move on now from fuel protesters onto social media restrictions. Now, you're probably watching this on social media at home at the moment, but obviously lots and lots of research has been done with the Department of Culture and Education surrounding social media in the years, especially more recent years, as it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. They have worked with social media companies, and obviously social media companies have listened. I don't think in a lot of cases they've listened enough, but they are making a little bit of a change. And Instagram and TikTok are going to start putting in place screen time limits to help teens become less addicted. Now, I know on my phone, for instance, on the apps that I have, I can go onto Instagram on my apps, and I'll say after, I think it's 60 minutes or something, or 30 minutes, it'll come up with something for me. But that's just done by the Apple app. That's not actually done by Instagram. So this is something which is solely to do with the application, which is quite big news. But I think there is an option as well for them to go, actually ignore the notification. But the notification does come up. And for me personally, it does actually make me exit the app. Okay, girls, do you think this is a good idea? Do you think that, they're doing enough? Barbie, what are your thoughts?
Is this for adults or just teens or both?
It is aimed at teens, but I think also as an adult on the app, you can also get this.
I think it's a little bit crazy. I don't know how this will benefit people, for like content creators like myself that are on the app daily, like working. But then I can see it for like teenagers, like this day and age, everybody's on TikTok. Like, it's a constant thing. You walk in the street, you can see people on TikTok, Instagram. So I can see it for like school children or teenagers, but I definitely don't agree with it for adults when that's a form of like work.
Yeah, when it affects your work, I can totally see that point of view. Chloe, do you have any differing opinions on this one?
Yes, of course. I'm here disagreeing. No, I completely love the idea, Pan. I think it's absolutely amazing. It's damaging these teenagers' health. They should be out. They should be getting a proper life. Do you know what I mean? Learning things. These teenagers take too long on their phones. I've got a little brother and he's 16 and he's always on that TikTok every single second. And I'm like, put your phone down, Zach. Go and play out with your mates. They should be on bikes. Do you know what I mean? Back in the day, we didn't have phones and their mental health was much better. I just think it's damaging mental health, this social media. It's a brilliant idea. I'm so for it.
Okay, love that. So 2 quite differing opinions there. Love to hear it. Kate, what are your thoughts on this?
I actually have my own app called Screen Time where I monitor my own screen time. So I think it's a great idea. I think TikTok is so addictive, and it would be good to just so people are self-aware of how much time they're actually spending on these apps.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's true, and they are addictive. I mean, I could
so addictive.
A very, very long time going like that, and then I'll be like, oh my god, what am I doing? Barbie, what would be your argument against this from the girls' point of view here? What would you say back to them if you were in the TikTok headquarters and one side of the table said this, one side of the table said that? What would you say back to that argument?
Well, I'd just be like, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook is my full-time job. So sometimes I can be on TikTok literally like 3 hours looking for inspiration, then making the videos like another hour, and then posting the video watching, the insights go up. Like, it's a full-time job. You do need to be on social media if that's your line of work. So I just don't think that's a good idea putting unless there's like a pop-up where you can ignore it, then fair enough. If it's just there to remind you, then but yeah, I definitely need to ignore that.
What would you say back if I said to you, but you've got a business account, you're not a user, you've got a professional account, so therefore I totally understand your point of view, but for someone who's a user and it might be taking, they might be spending 6 hours a day or something on it,
I'd still be like, well, that's their own choice. Like, they can manage self-control, surely. I do understand, like, when Chloe's saying, like, go out and get on a bike, but if you want you know what I mean?
I bet all the teenagers on here are like, oh God, I sound like an old girl, don't I? No, but do you know what I mean, girls? Like,
yeah. No, I totally get what you mean. And Kate, from the point of view of somebody who has an app who monitors how much time you're spending on these apps, why did you get that in the first place?
Because I know I'm spending too much time on TikTok and Instagram, and I still put ignore on the app. I try and like, it doesn't work for me, but at least I know I'm overusing TikTok, so it can tell me.
I mean, do you girls keep an eye on how much, in general, how much time you are spending on it? And on average, how many hours do you think you're spending on it a week?
oh, Apollo's mum.
I love that. Paul is saying parents should take more responsibility for what their children do and how much time they spend on their phones. It's a very good point. Welcome on board to Hot Topic. Girls, how many hours do you think you spend on it?
Yeah, but I'm like on and off. Do you know what I mean? I put my phone down and I go back on it. Do you know what I'm saying? So
I'm asking for a clear answer here, Chloe. I'm not asking for excuses.
6 hours a day, maybe.
6 hours a day. Okay, so that is very much like a full-time job.
Yeah.
Kate, how many hours do you think you spend on it?
I know that I spend 7 to 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
Okay, full-time job. Barbie, how often do you think you spend on it?
I think the last time I checked it was about 6 hours, but that's because like half of it's on the phone and then half of it's actually like not on the phone, like content creating, but getting ready, doing makeup. Yeah. But it's actually quite a bit of both for me.
Okay, interesting. And now I'm going to ask you, how, if you had a child and they were 18 and they had all their social media, they had their phone, and you said to them, okay, that you're spending way too much time on your phone, you're at family dinner, we're trying to watch TV, you're constantly on it, doing your head in, and you say, right, we're going to put a limit on how many hours you're now going to spend on social media. But this was your point of view and there's no kind of arguing with it. How many hours would you say that they should spend on their social media apps? Chloe first.
I would say a good 2 hours.
A good 2 hours. Okay, very good. Barbie, how many hours would you say?
For an 18-year-old, probably like 5 hours a day.
5 hours. Okay, how often for you?
I would say probably an hour a day.
Blow being your kid.
I know, literally.
10 minutes for Snapchat, 10 minutes for TikTok, 10 minutes for Instagram, 10 minutes for Facebook. Okay. Obviously, I chose the age of 18, which Tim, obviously, you make a very good point. Over 18, they're legally adults. They have the right thing to do their own thing. You make a fair enough point, Tim. Okay, then. Well, I think we took this to a poll to see what you thought. Should social media apps put screen time limits in place for users? No, 66%. Barbie, you're going to be happy about that.
Are you sure that's not all Barbie?
Yeah, about
loads of accounts.
Yeah, loads of accounts. And then yes is 33%. Okay, well, that very much divided you all. So we'll keep on top of those social media topics for the upcoming weeks on Hot Topics. Topics, apparently. Just keep on saying topics. Okay, well, we're going to move on now onto the hot seat. Okay, brilliant. There she is. There's the lady in the right-hand corner. She is here to answer any of your questions today. So if you've got any questions, keep them PG. That you haven't asked Chloe before on the hot seat, that you want to ask her this week, then do let us know. We will also get the other page 3 Hot Topics girls to ask Chloe questions for themselves too. So Kate, you're going to kick things off this week. What's your first question for Chloe?
Yep. If you picked up a book and you started reading it and it was a story of your whole entire life so far, would you keep reading it?
Oh, that was brilliant. That was really good.
That was a good one.
I'd probably flick through a few pages and then throw it.
Okay, so to clarify,
but then I'd pick it up again. No, then I'd pick it up again. I'd read it. Oh yeah.
Interesting. God, that was a great question. I'm going to ask that.
Yeah, you definitely pulled that out of Google.
That was so good. Okay, Barbie, no pressure. You're next.
If you was given £1 million right now, what would be your first purchase?
God, come on. My first purchase would be something involving food. So a nice meal somewhere, nice bit of dinner somewhere. Definitely anything involving food, just to celebrate it.
Yes, like a really nice dinner out or something.
Yeah.
No, I agree there, because you'd want to celebrate first, wouldn't you? You'd be like, oh, let's book it at a really lovely restaurant or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Chloe, looking forward to 10 years' time, where do you see yourself living? And what do you see yourself doing?
Still on page 3 Hot Topics. No, seriously, still on page 3 Hot Topics. Probably have a little bump, maybe have a bump. Who knows? 10 years time. 10 years time. I see myself living maybe in Bora Bora. Joking, nah. Seriously, nah. I see myself living still in Essex. I'll probably still be here doing the same thing on page 3 Hot Topics.
Oh, there we go. She knows what she loves and she can't stay away from it.
Yes.
Okay, Kate, your second question, please.
Have you ever ghosted anyone?
Oh, love that.
Oh, babes, God, you should look through my DMs. Half of them have been ghosted.
I love it. And
I'm
has
a ghost queen.
Has anyone ghosted you, Chloe?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, I have been ghosted. Yeah.
Who
hasn't, girls?
So have I. But it's brilliant bumping into them again. That's always a good one. I have bumped into somebody who has ghosted me, and that was it. That was a fun conversation to have. And then they texted me afterwards saying, "Do you want to go for a drink?" And then I ghosted them.
Love it.
That was my little revenge. Sorry, not very mature. Barbie, your turn.
Have you found your dream man yet?
Oh.
No, I haven't. I'm still waiting for the Daily Star to find me in.
No, I know. That's another conversation for another day.
Yes.
No, very good. Are you dating, Chloe? Are you dating?
No, I'm not, Pan. No, I'm not dating at all. No one on the books. No one around. Yeah, no.
You need to change your scene. We need to have a Hot Topics evening in London, I think.
Yes. Spice it up a bit, yeah.
Okay, well, you've both got 2 questions left each. So, Kate.
What's the most awkward or kind of worst date you've ever been on?
We once went to this restaurant, and then he took me out to the park, the fields and that, and then tried it on in the bush. That was really awkward. But I didn't get in the bush. In the bush. He said, "Come here." He said, "Come here. Come down here." And I said, "I'm not getting in the bush."
PG.
Yeah, I think he wanted a kiss. I think, and that, but it wasn't happening. So yeah,
that's not romantic at all. That's outrageous.
I just don't understand why he couldn't kiss me on the bench, though. It was just really strange. I don't know.
Wild. Okay, Barbie. To finish things off, then.
How do you like being blonde?
Oh,
I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Very good. Okay, then. That was fantastic questions this week. It was a fun hot topics. We did have a couple technical difficulties at the beginning, but they seem to have smoothed out now. So if you've held on until the end, well done. And we hope to catch you next week. You can follow all of the girls on our Instagram. We put up catch-up links on the stories every day with the different girls, so you can give them a follow on there. They're also on our Twitter as well, where you can have a little look on there. If you're catching up, we hope you're having a fun day, and we'll hope to catch you next week. Thank you so much, girls.
Okay, thanks, girls. Bye. Bye, girls.
Bye.